You know what that sound means? It's time for another elimination. The Black Rose ceremony shall commence on stage immediately. It's a love at first bite favorite, the Black Rose ceremony. Are you ready to make your selection?
Let's get the show on the road.
Let the elimination commence.
Elessa, I understand why your people call you their divine. You are supremely strong, funny, and obviously sex incarnate. But you're just not the right match for me. And I think that's okay. You have your way of life, and I have mine. So I have no regrets about setting you free. It's what you wanted all along, so go. Be free to be divine, Elessa. Goodbye.
Okay, Drac, I know that elimination was tough. Let's do it again.
Well, this was unexpected.
Black Rose and another one goes.
Medusa, I am so grateful you came into my afterlife once more. It hurt to think about how we'd left things off, and I felt enormous guilt over the years for it. But not only did you greet me with open arms, metaphorically, but you forgave me for leaving. You've shown tremendous resilience against a world that was difficult for you to navigate or understand, and that emboldened me on my journey. You taught me true courage and a sense of humor about life. Sadly, I feel the one thing we did leave in the past was our chemistry, but from it sprung a friendship for the ages. I wish you nothing but happiness on your journey, Medusa. Go break something.
On that note, you're ready. Get out there and paint Transylvania red.
Elle, I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to get to know you a little better.
I'm an open book, baby. What's on your mind?
Well, you're a witch. Tell me more about that. Please don't take this the wrong way. You don't exactly look like witches I've come to know.
Oh, meaning the fact that I'm made of vivacious vegetation? Yeah, that. Well, I'm under a spell, curse, hex, whatever, big whoop. I've made lemonade out of lemons with these babies. No complaints yet. Everyone's always down for a little bump and rind.
Sounds like you've got this covered.
I'm fine, really. I'm loving life, baby.
Tell me the name of the wretched enchantress that did this to you.
I forget. Now you tell me.
I will not rest until I avenge you. Don't worry, Pumpkin. I'll discover a clue somewhere.
Thank you very much.
I'll have a lead soon.
Good, because I want one around my neck. Wait, lead on what?
On a spell to return you to your former glory.
I've had enough glory for one lifetime. Let's talk about you.
Well?
You've been running around ragged for all these people, and what are any of them doing for you? Exactly. I'll tell you what. You want to know my secrets? You need a key.
I'm listening.
You'll find the person who did this to me if you find the key to the sloppy jalopy. It's in the broken carriage in my backyard. Then you'll see what it's like to be served pumpkin cream pie, you dig?
Let's just start with the secrets and see what shakes loose. Ah, you're still here. You haven't made sport of the cast, I see. Cheerful as always. I do not take pleasure in your discomfort. Sure, whatever you... It's nice having someone around who I consider an equal in battle. That remains to be seen. Wait, what is this I see?
A vampire has fallen into my nest, but time to go. I cannot rest. If you truly value time with me, you'll have to spot me ×3.
It's cold to go alone. Take this. You don't want to enter this lair empty-handed. A little cider goes a long way.
Do I need to prepare for a confrontation?
How? Could the author do such a thing? This ending so trite, so derivative.
Hello?
Oh! Pardon. I'm afraid you've caught me unawares.
I heard your howls. Are you all right?
Yes. My favorite series of books. I just finished the last one, and it ended poorly. Deus ex machina. Very hurried. Speaking of hurried, you seem weary of travel. Please, come, sit with me. Relax. May I offer you something to nosh on?
I do not eat, thank you. I am Drac. I have brought a celebratory hot cider. These mountains could use a little warmth.
Why, thank you, and of course you are. I am Fenton. I may live like a hermit, but I do not read like one. You are notorious. I hope you do not mind if I snack. Take a whiff of this cheese, my new friend. It smells like heaven.
If heaven were a used shoe store. Anyhow, I'm pleased you know of me. However, I don't like being at a disadvantage. Please, tell me about yourself.
I assumed that Grimm had filled you in on that for the show's benefit. I admit this feels so contrived. I knew you were coming, but was coached to play dumb, which I found rather off-putting.
His flair for drama has no bounds, but I'm afraid he was incorrect. You seem quite refined. I see no beast, just a handsome wolf.
You flatter me. Words are my weakness.
Something appears wrong, Fenton. I see your eyes are changing.
Please go.
Why? Did I say something?
What was in that cider?
Cider? Perhaps it's a bit of rum. Grimm likes to spike...
Get away! And take that bottle with you! I'm off to my cage! F*** you.
You don't sound like Fenton.
That stuffy prick? Nah, I'm Sully, the cooler half.
You're the beast inside Fenton?
Let's not make it weird, huh, kid?
I am not a child.
Who f***ing cares, you prick? Your stuffy ass belongs with that hairball. Get lost.
I will return when my friend is back.
Ow, snickerdoodles. I should have warned you. It's not the full moon that transforms Fenton into a beast. It's booze. Thought it may be entertaining, but on second thought, safety first. Better grab him a cage and then maybe he'd be more comfortable moving in. Why don't you go talk to PSL about it?
Elle, care to assist with a cast member?
Here to help.
Fenton has a bit of a dark side. He is concerned he can't contain the beast within.
Go on.
So you're into beasts?
I thought I made it pretty clear I'm into, well, everything.
Grimm is concerned about him hurting others.
Continue.
Yes, well, we need help building a cage for him when he loses control.
I may know a little something about cages. Consider it done.
Fantastic! What do you need to make this happen?
When I say consider it done, I don't mean that as a figure of speech. You're all set.
Done can mean many things.
Ooh, I quite like double entendre. But yeah, Fenton's cage is ready. Feel free to inspect if you like.
Fenton, I am so sorry I made you uncomfortable. It appears Grimm was looking for a little drama.
Well, I am not. Please go.
It seemed you were eager for conversation the last time we met, before... What I'm trying to say is... We've got chemistry. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I do so crave a cozy fire and an intellectual match. I've heard tales of your keen mind and was looking forward to becoming... well, that's not an option now.
I came to tell you that I secured you a cage in the mansion. You'll get your own suite. It's safe for you there. I promise not to tempt you.
Is it impenetrable? Steel doors? My friend is persistent.
Well, no.
Nobody in the mansion would be safe. Then I wouldn't be safe.
I swear to keep all of my friends and lovers secure in my home.
As nice as that sounds, I don't know these other people. I don't know how they could try to influence me. I want to, really, but my friend just won't let me.
Friend?
The beast inside, Sully, the booze hound, my eternal companion, my only companion.
Sully doesn't sound like a good friend, more like an enemy.
It was like that for a while, but I was so lonely. Here, in my space, I have sovereignty. I've spent over a century here, and I have my books for companions, and not a drop that can lure him out of my controlled grasp. I am sorry, Drac, but I cannot put myself in a place where he can ruin the life I've built.
But you said yourself you are lonely. What is a life if you cannot share it with someone?
You are right, but perhaps I could go if I had the courage. There is a book that is a comfort read of mine, The Tales of Fane Jarstrider. It is so full of adventure that I myself feel bold when I read it. I could take on the world. Get me that tome and I will move in, Sully be damned.
So, tell me about your home.
It is remote, but I've tried to warm it up. Books, fires, cheese, all the comforts a creature could crave. I hope you are comfortable here.
I am quite at home here. Thank you. Is this where you've always lived?
Ah, no, I have traveled the world extensively. Mostly Switzerland and England were places I called my home. And Boston for a bit.
I'm far less traveled, and it shows. You're very sophisticated.
I simply know what I like, but thank you.
Tell me about yourself.
I think you've learned quite a bit about me. The books, the seclusion, what more is there to know?
I can tell you have a nose for the finer things. That cheese you offered, is that the renowned Vieux Bouillon?
It is, how wonderful! Yes, I've been known to be a connoisseur of the good stuff, as they say. I like my crystals sparkling, my cheese stinky, and my thread counts in the thousands.
I'd like to take that thread count for a spin.
The only thing that could make my sheets finer is to have you wrapped in them.
Fur and silk. Sounds fun. But it may be more fun for you to come see my bed first. I am Drac, and I have come for the tales of Fane Jarstrider. Do you know it? It's not for me, but I am certainly brighter than a dull lizard like you. It's all relative. My interests are acute. I heart you. Cranky much? Seems like you haven't gotten lit or it in a while. No thanks. I'll leave the poetry to the prose. Let me take you out for a tequila mockingbird. Just promise not to get plastered. You could say I'm head over heels. My system was just a bit nervous. Indeed, my wit is irreplaceable. When it comes to geology, I don't mind a bit of cleavage. We should discuss this over a few tectonic plates sometime. I can walk the walk and talk the talk. Don't take it for granted. Don't tell me this is about getting into my jeans. And I'm supposed to accept that? I'd like to dissect it a bit more, but only if you promise not to get chloroplastered. Up and at 'em. Only periodically. I'm just keeping my eye on the prize.
Aha, the smell of leather accompanies you. And that can mean but one thing. My book.
I have brought it for you, at great peril.
This means the world to me. With my trusty tome about adventure and courage, I can now feel brave enough to make the journey.
I'm so glad. Let us go together.
Let's go experience some of the finer things, shall we? I'm getting used to it, but there's just so much here. Art to examine, books to read, people to talk to, just sensory overload. You must understand, it was only my friend and me for so long. Sully is not an easy person. He's tough, rough around the edges, and needy. I am none of those things, as you can see. If a wolf were a teddy bear, it would be me. I suppose I'm just getting used to being only me, along with being here. It's the biggest adjustment of my life, apart from when he arrived. But I'm glad I'm here. This is what I needed, whether I knew it or not.
Seems like someone trashed the place.
Don't you have assistants to help you with the cleanup?
That's not what I meant. I think it was Sully.
What makes you think that?
Because of the shamrock graffiti and stink of piss.
I will talk to Fenton, or his friend. Fenton, have you returned?
Go away!
Fenton, it's not your fault.
It was. I let my guard down. I can never do that.
Vess didn't know. You didn't know. It's my fault. I should have...
I do not want you to be my nanny or even my steward. I should have been able to take care of myself, and yet I cannot, clearly.
We all make mistakes.
Mine could have cost me you.
But it didn't.
I am too embarrassed to look you in the eye.
Healing of any kind isn't always a straight line. It is not always forward motion. Do you know how many times I have wanted to call my ex in the last century?
I imagine a lot.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know how many times I actually did contact her. But since the show, just once.
I thought you were going to say not once.
That's what I mean. We can mess up and still be making progress. I'm choosing to find a way forward instead of retreading my old mistakes. But if I step backward once in a while, it's okay, as long as the next step I take is in the right direction.
Oh, Drac. Can you help me take these steps forward, then? Hand in hand.
I thought you'd never ask. Fenton, Are you available for a visit?
I am too mortified to speak.
Don't be hard on yourself.
Thank you, Drac.
So, tell me what you think of this place.
It is certainly reality television.
How so?
Contrived drama. An atmosphere of unease to pit folks against each other.
Tell me your thoughts on cheese.
Ah, fromage. There is not a kind I do not enjoy. I love the pungent, piquant taste of a good Roquefort. And goat cheese. Oh, the smooth, silky tang. My favorite, my very favorite, is an old Gouda. So old, it forms savory little crystals of pure bliss. Add a little truffle honey and heaven.
It appears I am missing out.
Why don't you have one of Grimm's production assistants eat some and you can take a sip?
You are a genius. Tell me your thoughts on the people here.
I am mighty curious about all of these interesting souls. This has a story within her, that is for certain. Soul is a vampire, and typically my kind don't usually spend time with him. Plus, I don't think as highly of myself as he seems to. What's most interesting to me is how you appear around them.
And how is that?
Unpredictable. Sometimes I think you're trying to truly get closer to them. And other times I feel you are holding back.
Enough about them. How about you?
Pardon?
Do you feel I'm trying to get closer to you or pulling back?
Hard to tell yet, but since you're here, I'll take that as a good sign.
I'm thrilled you're happy to be here and happy to be with me.
Not as thrilled as I am. You have no idea how good it is to see other walls after a century.
Actually, I do have an idea. This show has been a similar awakening for me.
Are your demons at bay?
I have realized I squandered precious time on something that was long gone. It was foolish of me, but the lesson I am learning is priceless.
I agree. It is more precious than gold. The ability to start anew.
I'm glad we talked, Fenton.
Me too.
Now this is classy.
Indeed. I've yearned for time spent with you like this. How wondrous it is to have a date who knows a little something about refinement.
I know more than a little something.
What would you consider the finer things in life, Drac? Well-cut crystal in your home? High thread counts? Vintage blood?
Honestly, for a while, all I needed to make me happy was some blood sorbet in a warm bathtub.
Ah, a good old pint of gin and berries.
The very same.
Do you think perhaps Grimm could get us a few pints?
And draw a bath?
Let's go experience some of the finer things, shall we?
Tell me about yourself. I'm asking about you, not your brethren. This person in front of me. Where did you grow up? What do you like to do outside your main hobby? Must be why you're all indistinguishable. Surely you have some... I am willing to bet there's a unique...
Bro, you back already? You find me a new sound?
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a self-made man of music. I love tasty beats, tasty booze, and tasty blondes. Or brunettes. Or balds. Whatever, I'm not picky. Clearly, I'm also the life of the party. That's no surprise, considering this place would be like a funeral home without me. What about you? I've heard legends about you, but after I'm seeing the real thing in front of my eyes, I'm curious. What's the real Drac like?
You're the first to ask, actually. Well, I'm here because Grimm literally forced me to. But once I warmed up to the idea, I realized I want to get my life back. I miss being on top of the world, feeling powerful, unstoppable. I want to recapture my youth and feel like myself again.
So, even though I'm like ancient, I still feel young, understand? It's all attitude, it's all swagger. Keep it fresh, mix it up. You gotta find what lights you up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on a mission to find a new groove. Music today, it's all been done. I'm ready for the next big thing. That keeps me young and fresh. I think the show will do that for you. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you, Vamp. You're alright.
So, where do we stand?
Yo, you know that's not up to me. How are you feeling about me?
I'm feeling scientific about you.
That sounds boring.
Not at all. I want to test the limits of what I hear Incubus can achieve as far as stamina is concerned. Care to test my hypothesis?
Big words make me hot. Let's go.
My, it's chilly. Even my cold blood could use some warming.
This is balmy.
My fangs may shatter from shaking.
Come closer. I'm insulated.
And be same-siders? I'm not sure I'm ready for the public ridicule.
There's nobody around, but they do say the hills have eyes.
Judgy hills.
Never did I think books like this could exist. The pictures inside them, the adventures. Granted, they are not exactly sophisticated prose, but these stories do captivate me in a real, visceral way. I am also getting used to this format of turning the book in the wrong direction. But my, manga has captivated me.
Drac, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Drac, I know the face of someone who's in pain. In a bad way, I mean. Give it up, Buttercup.
I'm sorry. It's just sometimes I think of my ex and...
Rub one out?
No! I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, me too. You need me to take care of business?
I'd actually rather talk.
I mean, we can do both at the same time.
You're too kind, but I'm not exactly feeling sexy.
Well, you'll look it. Anyway, pull up a seat, snuggle up, and spill the beans.
Well, back when I was defeated by the Van Helsings, my ex just up and left.
What a loser!
Hey, don't rub salt in the wound.
No, your ex is the loser. That's a dick move.
I felt like the lowest of the low. Like,
This is on them, Drac. You stay with someone you love in their time of need. I'd love to give that ex a flogging, and not a sexy one.
thanks, Elle.
Drac, you know I'm around for more than a good time, dig? We can talk like this anytime you like. Do you feel any better?
A little. The only time I talk about my ex, people just tell me to get over it. You just got mad. So that's pretty cool.
Does anyone actually get over it when people say get over it? It's like telling someone to calm down.
Haha, you're right.
But then again, I'd do anything you tell me, sweet thing.
I know, but I like when you do what you want to.
Is that an invitation?
I mean, I like your independence. Keep it.
You're a tough nutmeg to crack.
How do you like them apples?
You trying to make me jealous?
In what way? These apples are not sentient, nor are any witches using them as breasts.
Yet, growth mindset, Drac.
I still do not see why you'd be jealous. You've never been jealous for one moment here.
The only other food synonymous with autumn is apples. Cider, donuts, pie, you name it. I've never met a pumpkin who didn't despise apples for this reason.
I'm clearly out of touch with the fruit world's dark side.
Would you say it's a seedy underbelly?
Walked right into that one.